Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 video about this week's game update, which is for the skin tones and hopefully some bug fixes. Earlier this fall, we had a blog post from AA which indicated that we are getting over 100 new skin tones with value sliders, and they're making some compression improvements to make the new and existing skin tones display better, which is going to include strengthening the quality of suntans and sunburns, which of course would require island living. And the date stated was December 8th for that game update, which is this week. The blog post also went on to comment that we are getting 4 makeup sliders so that it can freely complement all skin tones, and that 3 more base game hairstyles will see improvements in the December game update. So those are the new things and fixes with the skin tones that we are getting with this update. Of course, with the November 10th game update, there have been some new issues introduced, and hopefully these are things that will be fixed in the game update, at least some of them. And the main issue I see reported a lot is freezing and crashing. There was some crashing caused by audio problems, and that was fixed with a hotfix, but there are remaining freezing and crashing issues after that hotfix. I will discuss that a little bit after. Some other things I'm seeing commonly are Sims are not aging up on birthday cakes, and also I'm seeing that kittens and puppies don't age up. For those 2 issues, there is a mod from Little Miss Sam in her random bug fixes. So if they happen to not fix that and you're on computer and use mods, that is an option. There are some routing issues with open stairs. That started to be an issue when platforms were introduced, i.e. November 10th. Sims have been resetting when they're using the digitalistic sketchpad, and Sims are continuously cooking when they're hungry, but they don't eat. They just keep cooking and cooking and cooking. I have noticed that in quite a few of my saves. So obviously for that, you can just tell them to eat, but if you're having them do things autonomously, that doesn't work very well. So those are some things that I'm hoping will get fixed with the game update. And on the EA Answer Headquarter post about the freezing and crashing, I saw these comments from Sim QA Robo, and he said, I heard that the upcoming patch mentioned here, which linked to what I just showed you that referred to December 8th as the game update, will have some improvements in these areas. And this is the post with the freezing and crashing issues. It's very long, many pages. He went on to say that the patch will include bug fixes, which we hope address this issue. So they're hoping that the bug fixes will address, I'm guessing, the freezing and crashing. He did go on to then say that they plan to release it early next week, possibly Monday. So I don't know if that means they're trying to move it up because of all the crashing issues, or whether that's actually not the case and it's still going to be the Tuesday, December 8th. If you want a little more information about the freezing and crashing, I just have a summary of the issue on the screen, which comes from that thread. I will link to that thread down below as usual. And what I'm seeing mostly from people is if you have seasons and you had Winterfest and Father Winter didn't appear, that is what most people are experiencing, because essentially the game is trying to generate a Father Winter, and it fails, and it puts it into your hidden households, and it'll bloat your save big time, and then which leads to freezing and crashing. There are some suggestions and workarounds on this post, but hopefully it gets fixed and you won't need it. But if it doesn't, this is a good source for information. There is also a mod to prevent the issue, or that's supposed to help prevent the issue. It will not fix it. If you have the problem in the first place, you're best to try and recover your save if you can. Assuming the game update actually happens on Tuesday, December 8th, the usual time for game updates is 10 a.m. Pacific, and I have a screenshot of some time zones in the world as to when that would be, but I will also link down below to something that you can click on, and it'll tell you exactly what time and day that will be for you, because obviously depending on where you are, that may be as late as Wednesday, December 9th, because it is going to be released everywhere all at the same time. Though usually there can be a little bit of they try and get it out for console at the same time, but they have to get it approved and launched, so there can be slight differentials, but it's around that time. It should be around that time, assuming it is out on Tuesday, December 8th, as originally indicated. So we will be getting a game update this week, even if the timing is not exactly stated. And that may matter more if you don't want to do the game update. Then you might want to go offline and wait to find out the impact on your mods if you're a mods user, or just the impact in general. Like if it brings more problems, maybe you don't want to update your game just in case there's going to be more problems with this update than we already currently have. So if you do not want to have the update and you're on computer, go offline with Origin. And I would recommend doing that now rather than waiting. But assuming you are going to do the game update, here are some basic steps to prepare for computer players. Before you update, make a backup of your saves, and then move your mods folder to your desktop. If you don't move your mods folder to your desktop, mods and custom content will be automatically disabled because the underlying code has changed, and that's why mods can stop working. Sometimes mods stopping working can corrupt your save, so don't go into your saves that use the mods heavily. I would use a fresh save. But the other reason I'm saying to move your mods folder to your desktop is just because they're automatically disabled. Sometimes there still can be problems just by the mods being there. And I have seen many times where people moving the mods folder out solves the problem, which is why I'm just suggesting it up front. After you do the update, repair your game in Origin. If you're on Mac, that will only repair the base game. If you're on Windows, it will repair base game and all of your packs. However, right now there's an issue for some people that the repairing of the base game and all the other packs, more so the other packs, can freeze up your computer. It uses too much of your processor power. And what I recommend you do is remove all your packs or almost all your packs from the repair queue so that you don't have that happen. The most important thing to repair is the base game. I have a tutorial video on how to do that if you need more information. And then last but definitely not least, very important, is delete your local thumb cache file. If you want more details, just in general, I have a tutorial video on how to prepare for a game update, which I will link to that, as well as the how to delete the things from the repair queue at the end or down below. Now, are you excited for this week's game update, or are you a little bit apprehensive as to what's going to happen with it? I am very interested to see, but because I'm not sure what the impact is going to be, I'm personally pre-recording so that I don't have to go into any of my saves I don't want to touch until I know the impact of this update. But I'll go into a new save, no problem, and check it out because it should be fun to see. If you do have any questions, comment down below, but I also have a Facebook group, which makes it easier for me to help because you can share screenshots and whatnot, which you can't do in a comment on YouTube. I will link to my Facebook group down below in a comment and also in the description. It's also a great place if you want to come and share your Sims and your builds or anything that Sims related that you'd like to share, or any gameplay questions or whatnot you want to ask questions on, or help answer other people's questions. That would be great. I'd love to see you there. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!